Nah, something's still not right. It's me, Mario!
March 10th. Hopefully the day this comes out, but stuff happens, so who knows. But March 10th. You take the first 3 letters of March and in all caps. And then you take the number 10. It looks like it spells Mario!
That's right, today is Mario Day! Hopefully, by the time this goes up, it's Mario Day. But either way, I should probably stop saying that, because if you're watching this and it's not Mario Day, like if you're watching it afterwards, it's kind of a little weird.
But it's been a while since I've done a Mario Day special as an episode of this series. Last time was like 4 years ago when I looked at weird Mario spin-offs, like Mario Teaches Typing and Mario's Game Gallery. Remember those? But what is his most popular spin-off? Some might even argue more popular than the main series. Well, that would be Mario Kart.
What am I gonna do? Look at Mario Kart games? Nah, they're all pretty well known, and even the ones that aren't so well known. What am I gonna do? There's not much I can really say about them, you know? So when in doubt, just copy the homework, but try to make it a little different so you don't get caught. A lot of them got caught. That's right, today, a Mario special day, I'm gonna play games that tried to imitate what Mario Kart did so well, but didn't do so well. And hey, there's a lot. More than I can do in this video, so if you want to see me do this again, let me know. But for now, we're gonna start with Looney Tunes Space Race.
Welcome, I say welcome to the most spectacular racing extravaganza in the universe, the Looney Tunes Space Race.
Well, I say, hello, Foghorn Leghorn, let's go fucking race in space. Cut that part out of the video.
Here's your roll call.
Oh look, it's our playable characters, let's go take a look at them.
Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Wile-E, Elmer, Sylvester, and Yosemite Sam.
Allow me to nitpick for just a second.
Not a terrible cast of characters, but there are some missing. Like, where's Porky Pig? Where's Roadrunner? Where's Pepe Le Pew?
Actually, in the hindsight, I understand that last one. That guy's fucking weird.
I am Pepe Le Pew, your lover.
But also, how come some of these characters get their first and last names and others don't? Like, why is Bugs Bunny, but Elmer Fudd is just Elmer?
This is really important, guys!
Not to mention, this news channel cuts to Lola Bunny from the most epic movie of all time. This part doesn't matter at all, but I had to get my Space Jam mention in. Oh, I get to name myself. Okay, well, what name would be more fitting than Muddy? So when selecting a character, I love it how the character does a little animation, but then freezes. If I didn't mention anything, you'd probably think the game is just frozen.
Don't lie to me!
Anyways, in honor of his canceled movie, Coyote vs. Acme, I'm gonna select Wile E. Coyote.
Obligatory fuck you Warner Brothers moment. There's been a lot recently.
Alright, so I have started the race, and so far...
Tommy doing it.
What?!
I bumped into a sign and then got zapped and died. What the fuck is that? So many things about this game don't really make sense. I drove through multiple item boxes and nothing happens. I see other racers going in another direction way too early into the race in order for me to be lapping them. And why are there no guardrails? Why am I driving on Rainbow Road as the first track?
Now what? I say, what's going on now?
Well, I say you should speak the fuck up.
That looks painful.
Can you fucking speak up? What the actual fuck?
I mean, I guess it lives up to the IP. I'm playing a Looney Tunes racing game. It makes sense that there would be fucking anvils falling and thunderclouds zapping me for no reason.
I mean, I guess it's staying true to Looney Tunes, but at the same time, fuck you.
I still don't understand, though, why none of the item boxes I've been driving through have done anything. I just drive through them and nothing happens. That ain't slapstick. That ain't no reference to Looney Tunes. That's just the game telling me to go fuck myself.
You serious?
Wait. Did I just get an item?
So it looks like the game just decided to wake up and actually work like how it was supposed to. No, I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have a problem at all. No, it doesn't bother me. I don't fucking, none of that shit bothers me at all. Fucking, I quit! By the way, this whole time, I've been on lap 1.
There is no reason the first lap out of 3 should last this long.
Alright, I finished the race. That was a lot, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how I feel about this game.
And with that being said, we're gonna move on from a Looney Tunes racing game to a DreamWorks racing game with DreamWorks Superstar Karts with a Z at the end. because that's really cool.
So it starts with a nice intro of all of the characters and IPs in this game with clips from their respective movies. Pretty cool, to be honest, I guess.
You're ruining the intro!
After the intro, the game shows you a tip that reads, use shield potions when you hear an incoming item.
Wait, really? I need to shield myself from oncoming items? What are you gonna tell me next? The sky is blue? Holy shit!
So here are our characters. We got Shrek looking very comfortable in his cart and not at all like he's about to break every single bone in his body. Can't forget about Alex the Lion from everyone's favorite movie trilogy, Madagascar. We also got the beloved fan favorite, Bob. Remember fucking Monsters vs. Aliens? This is Bob. Everyone's favorite one-eyed blue gooey guy.
Damn, the competition is steep.
We got Hiccup. Cool. We got Skipper. Who can forget Donkey? And that's who I'm gonna play as.
You picked a winner.
And you are not Eddie Murphy.
It's also worth mentioning that the iconic King Julian is the narrator of this game. You gotta love King Julian.
Here we are in Shrek's Swamp, which is a very stinky place. This racetrack is very bouncy with lots of
one big jump into the muddy water. Have fun, but please reconsider. Take a shower afterward.
So this game plays just like how you'd expect a worse version of Mario Kart to play. I mean, it's got items, and they picked items with almost the exact same effect as the ones from Mario Kart. There's literally even a banana peel. Like, you're not slick, DreamWorks Superstar Karts. Also, Donkey says the same 3 voice lines every time he fucking does anything.
I know just who I'm gonna use this on. Faster than a speeding donkey. I know just who I'm gonna use this on. Okay, Shrek, I'm after you.
We don't need to watch this gameplay though, because what the fuck? I literally said we don't need to watch the gameplay.
Tip, landing stunts perfectly gives you a boost.
Wow, I bet no other game has ever done that before. In fact, I thought of a really cool name for it. It's called Tricks.
So starting the next race in Madagascar, and I'm playing as Skipper now because I skipped over most of the last race. Fucking end my life. Alright, so I'm in the race, and I mentioned how annoying Donkey could be, but Skipper...
Oh boy! Lock and load. I'm taking control of this situation.
Yeah, he might just be worse.
Like I said earlier though, it's really not much to write home about. It's really just a worse version of Mario Kart. It's not like an awful version of Mario Kart or anything like that, but why would you ever play this when Mario Kart exists? I will say there is something about the gameplay that is quite different from Mario Kart, and I never mentioned it up until now. In DreamWorks Superstar Karts, each track has a bunch of stars laying around. You collect the stars, which fills out some gauge, and you do some super move. Skipper yells,
Drop and give me 10.
Oh, you want me to do 10? Okay, I'll do 10 right now. Okay, let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I just realized you didn't see any of that. Yeah, there's not much else to say about this game really, so I'm gonna move on to the next DreamWorks racing game. Because yes, there is another one. It's called DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. And you know, with a name like that, you're kind of begging to get mixed up with the other one because like of how similar the names are. The last game was published by Activision. This one was clearly not published by Activision because this came out in like 2023. Activision wasn't making games like this anymore. So who published this one? Something to do with the fact that it was published by Game Mill Entertainment, you know, my favorite publisher. I'm holding it in a very uncomfortable way, you know. This looks very odd, right? So, yeah, I don't know why I'm holding it like this. I'll just readjust the way I'm holding it. What do you expect? It's Game Mill Entertainment. They got the license to make a King Kong game. They're going to make a King Kong game, and they're going to do it fast. But, you know, don't listen to me. So we meet again.
Are you ready to learn how to race, Donkey?
Dude, he already knows how to race. He was in the last game. Sorry, that's a different publisher. It's not canon.
So in case you couldn't tell, I'm in a tutorial. At least it tells you how to play, but the other DreamWorks racing game wasn't really that difficult. It just wasn't good. And pretty much, the mechanics are basically the exact same as Mario Kart, except Kind of like how in Superstar Karts, you collect stars to do some super move. In this game, you collect music notes to get a boost. The game isn't anything too crazy, but I will say, it already plays a lot better than Superstar Karts.
I'm sorry, did I just compliment a Game Mill game?
So I'm at the character select, and it looks like I have to unlock a hell of a lot of characters. But the ones we start with, we got Shrek, obviously, Poe, cool, Mr. Wolf from The Bad Guys, interesting. Yo, Alex the Lion came back, but this time, I don't know why, because this came out in 2023 when nobody was even talking about Madagascar anymore. Tigress. Okay, Princess Fiona, Hiccup, and Puss in Boots.
Okay, I got two thoughts that conflict with each other. A, why is Donkey the tutorial character, but he's not in the base roster? And B, there's a lot of Shrek characters in the base roster. What's up with that?
Whatever, I'll select Puss in Boots because I feel like not doing so would make me a pussy. Get it? So we got a race in Baby Core from Boss Baby. What, are you a hater? Boss Baby's probably an unlockable character in this game, but I just don't have him. But like, I'm not gonna look that up. I want to be wrong if I'm wrong. So while in an actual race, I gotta admit, the game actually looks really good visually, and even drifting feels a lot better than it did in the last game. As for this track in particular, it's weird. I mean, it's a Boss Baby track. I don't know what I was expecting. Not much else to really say about DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. It's a rather inoffensive yet pretty soulless DreamWorks racing game that's way better than Superstar Karts. It's really good by Game Mill standards, but not that good by, you know, regular standards.
But we played a Looney Tunes racing game. We played two DreamWorks racing games, but now it's time for Disney Speedstorm!
That's funny, I could have sworn I selected a Disney racing game. I mean, I can clearly see footage of Disney movies, but where's Mickey Mouse?
Oh!
Yeah, something seems off about this one, but I can't put my finger on it. So the game starts off with a tutorial, and right off the bat, it plays perfectly fine, although something, again, is very off about this game. Not when playing it. It plays just like how you would expect a Mario Kart ripoff to play like. After finishing the tutorial, I get bombarded with this. Continue your journey with the third part of the season.
The season?
And what's this menu? Looking like Fortnite. And what's this? Golden Pass?
Wait, is this a live service game? Hi. Yeah, I'd like to orchestrate an assassination, if that's okay. Yeah. The name of the person I want assassinated? His name is DPX Solo. Yeah, okay. I got it.
Of course, why wouldn't a Disney racing game be a live service game? Don't you know? Live service games, they're all the rage. Just ask Suicide Squad or Concord. After that midlife crisis, I'm starting up a new race. I get to race Aladdin, Oswald, Lilo, Anna, Pete, you see the problem with this aesthetic is that I don't know who the fuck that is. So while in an actual race, again, it ain't too bad to play, but just like the others, it's a worse Mario Kart. In fact, I think I just figured out what just isn't right about this game. I think it's taking itself too seriously. I mean, first off, look at the color palettes on this track. I know it's supposed to be a Pirates of the Caribbean track, but still, get some personality in there. The music in the back also sounds like something you'd find when searching royalty-free epic music on YouTube.
Doesn't this just scream Disney?
And yes, by the way, this is straight up a live service game. You get to upgrade your characters, there's a battle pass, seasons as I mentioned earlier, it's even free to play. I mean, you look all throughout this game and it's clear that the game just wants your money. There's also all these characters that I have to unlock, probably by grinding in the game, or money. And I only start with Mickey Mouse. I will say though, this is a very good selection of Disney characters. The only thing that maybe would have made this even better is if they added like Marvel, Star Wars, and Fox characters, but I think that's asking for a bit too much for what this game is. But when it comes to regular Disney and Pixar and stuff like that, this is a solid roster. The problem though, once again, is the aesthetic. It just zaps the soul out of all these Disney characters. I mean, it should be really cool seeing Mike Wazowski in a racer uniform, but something just doesn't look right about it. After playing another race, I rank up.
Live service bullshit.
That means I get to unlock a new character. And you see what I mean? None of these characters look like they have a soul. I guess I'll select Hercules. I also get to try out the new season event being The Incredibles, where I actually get to play as Mr. Incredible. Why do Mickey Mouse, Hercules, and Mr. Incredible all feel the same? I know it's a racing game, so they shouldn't be that different. But you know how like in Mario Kart, racing as Mario feels at least a little different from racing as Bowser? That should be the case here. But it's not.
Yeah, look, Disney Speedstorm, I guess playing it's not that bad, but man, it's like this hella monetized, soulless live service game. It just wants my money. You want my money? Well, guess what? It's supposed to break easily, but fuck you, you don't get my money. Now I have no credit card. Let's move on from Disney to Nickelodeon, and I got this 3-pack of the Nickelodeon Kart Racers series. You know, kind of annoying if you read on top, kind of annoying that it all does not come on a cartridge. In fact, they all come on a download code. That's pretty stupid, but whatever. I think this is a cool idea for like a kart racer, but I'm holding this in a very weird position, so let me just readjust my hand and motherfucker!
When I think I'm done, they pull me back in. I thought I was done with Game Mill 2 Christmases ago. But no. Earlier in this video, they came back with a shitty DreamWorks racing game. But once I was done with that, Game Mill Entertainment, like a phoenix, rose from the ashes and gives me 3 Nickelodeon racing games.
Let's do it. Let's play these Nickelodeon racing games. We're gonna start off with the first one. Obviously. What did you think I was gonna do?
Nickelodeon Kart Racers, made in the dollar store.
Look, it was either that or a sweatshop.
Oh my god, what is this menu? What is this UI? Why does the font look like the most basic ass font? Why does it feel like this has a smaller production value than this video when I can't even get a good shot?
I am so bad at this.
Anyways, here's the roster. Okay, not a terrible roster, a little uneven as you go down, but hey, this game did what Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl couldn't, and that's give us all 4 Ninja Turtles, but my god, how come none of these characters look like they belong in the same game?
And not in like a, wow, look, it's such a cool crossover kind of way, but more in like a, every character looks so fucking weird and off kind of way.
Alright, I'll select Michelangelo, I'll customize my kart, and let's race. Fucking woof. What is this shit? This is from 2018, but it looks like a PS2 game. And this is the most recent version of the game too, so what the fuck? I'm so slow. That could have something to do with, you know, certain things I selected. I'm not ruling that out. But even when drifting, I'm still so fucking slow. I don't even think I can trick in this game. Plus, there's no voice acting. The sound effects are some stock generic sound effects. It looks terrible. This is as lifeless as a Mario Kart clone can get. There are some interesting courses where you fly or you get into a boat, but too little too late.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't play this one. But I could play the next game, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 Grand Prix. Let's see if Game Mill Entertainment started to give a shit.
So here we are at the title screen, and I know it's a bit silly to fixate on something so minor like that, but the title screen from the first game really set the tone of how soulless and cheap it was going to be, so this title screen is much better. I mean, it's still a still image, but it doesn't look like it was made in a sweatshop.
Even if it probably was.
The game starts you with a tutorial. Look, another one. That's cool and all, but it doesn't really play too differently from the first game, which also doesn't play too differently from Mario Kart. I will say though, visually, this game does look a lot better. I mean, Game Mill games have a specific look, and this game has that, but it's good for what it is. So after the tutorial, I get to select stuff, and this is the menu. I think they probably could have taken some of the detail from SpongeBob's face here and put it onto Raph's face, because what the hell am I looking at? So this is the starting roster. It's a very similar lineup as the first game, but now I notice we got Zim, Rocco, Aang, and some characters from Loud House. I also gotta ask why all 4 of the Ninja Turtles look like they were made by a different person. I'm rambling, am I? I'm just going to select Aang as my driver, Plankton as my chief, and Kimmy as my crew engineer.
whatever the fuck those last two do.
And now, I'm racing. And it's better than the first game, but still not saying much. It doesn't feel as off, but there's still no voice acting, something that Game Mill's Nickelodeon games are all too familiar with. But it still just feels very soulless and lifeless and cheap. Just not as much as the last one. By the way, there are certain differences from Mario Kart that I never mentioned. For one, the chief and crew engineer give you certain abilities and buffs throughout the race. But most notably, there's a slime meter. This was actually in the first game, but I never used it, and I'm just gonna say that's the game's fault. But it's almost like a super move. I remember one of the DreamWorks games had something like this, and you know, I could always check which one had it, but I think it's funnier if I don't. But either way, kinda cool. I always wanted Mario Kart to have something like this.
Now is your chance.
Although I have been rather positive on Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2, and it is a step up from the first game, it's really not anything at all. What you see here is what you get, and I still don't get why you would play this over Mario Kart ever.
But that's not all. They didn't stop there. Game Mill Entertainment couldn't take their, it's not terrible, game and stop. You know, they couldn't take that and run. They had to put out a third game called Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 Slime Speedway. Now, I actually do remember some reviews of this game at the time saying, like, wow, they actually cracked the code. This game's actually really good. So, let's see.
So this one... Wait, what? It starts with a whole-ass intro with voice acting? And Garfield is in this? Oh, don't even think about it.
Alright, so far, promising.
So just like the last game, this one also starts off with a tutorial. And the game looks... okay. Maybe it looks better on other platforms than on the Switch, but it leaves a bit to be desired here. The game also controls like how you'd expect. Not much to say, really. Now we are at the menu, and oh god, what happened here? How come Jenny and Jimmy look so low res? What the fuck happened in literally 2 seconds? And this is the starting roster. Gotta love how most of the characters we saw in the literal intro and menus for the game are not available at the start, but look, it doesn't matter. When Garfield is here, I gotta play Garfield. And holy shit, this runs terribly. I'll admit it, I mentioned something about this earlier, but I think the Switch version is worse than the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC versions. I remember something similar like this happened with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. But like, I don't know, I feel like this game's audience is most likely on the Switch, and really, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 is the game that's just too much for the Switch? Really? I don't buy it. And that sucks because, like, I feel like the presentation is greatly improved, but they couldn't optimize it? This looks really bad, and also playing it feels bad too. It was fine during the tutorial, because I guess there was a lot less going on, but now with other racers during a race, it is slow.
Sorry, I can't play this game. Yeah, kind of a disappointing way to end, but fucking why did Game Mill have to make 4 of these games? Well, guess I'll see you guys in the next video.
DPX. Stop what you're doing right now. Right this second. Right this moment. Right. Hence.
Slash?
I overheard you talking about how disappointed you were in ending the video in the way that you were, like, just literally about to end it. And as your friend, I'm not about to let that happen. I mean, you put yourself in all these stupid little situations. You're, like, what did you think you were gonna find? Like, you're literally just looking at companies that use popular IPs in the Mario Kart format. What did you think you were gonna find? I was doing some digging through my old archives. You gotta play the Bloodborne racing game.
The what?
Did I stutter?
I mean, you kind of did.
Nah, not me, not this guy.
Yeah, fuck you, Slash. Thanks for the recommendation.
Well, anyway, salutations and greetings. And remember to support your 2025... That did not work. I ruined my joke. Remove this from this online media assortment collection thing, and don't look at me.
So yeah, I'm kind of concerned about my privacy now. I don't know how Slash knew what I was talking about, and this would be like a perfect segue for like a VPN sponsor, but unfortunately that's not what's happening. But what is happening is I'm about to play a Bloodborne racing game. It's called Nightmare Kart.
I gotta be honest with you, this game is fucking awesome. It's got the look of a PS1 game and it controls very well. I do wish I could use a controller, and also I wish you can ignore how bad I am at this game. And once you do that, this game is really good. It was originally put out on Steam as Bloodborne Kart, as sort of like an unofficial yet somewhat official, because it's on Steam, Bloodborne Kart Racer. But then Sony saw it and were like, hey, can you not? So then they had to change it to Nightmare Kart and sort of made it its own thing. So Sony, don't come after me. It was my friend Slash who called it a Bloodborne racing game. Sue him.
Cut that out.
Either way though, it's really good, and on top of that, it's free, so I could truly recommend this game to anyone.
Well, would you look at that? I found a really solid game to end on, and it's not at all what I was expecting, or either what you were probably expecting. But I think that's cause for celebration. Ayo! Guys, help. I threw my hat at the camera, and now I am the camera. Help. Here's what you guys can do to help. Subscribe!